Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm answering for the second time Daniel's request, and there's some questions. They're really good questions. Thank you. I'm coming to you from an undisclosed location because upstairs there's somebody asleep, so I have to be kind of quiet, and I will try to do that. I'm going to answer questions. I got them written out. Question number one. And by the way, thank you for your interest. This has not been an easy time for me. I'm used to being around people because I'm a social person, and I miss everybody. I miss the important things that make my life meaningful. And I thank you all for being my friend. Question number one, Danya asks, this is unrehearsed. There's nothing, just some notes jotted down. I don't have a letter to read this time. Danya, hi Danya. Danya asks, what are my favorite post-training stretches? Decades and decades ago, I used to stretch a lot more. I don't really stretch anymore because I find that it hurts. It's painful to stretch. But I do something that helps my back. And thanks to Kelly for helping me out with this. I do the Cobra because it helps put my discs back into place because they get pushed out with the positions we take. So Kelly helped me out with the Cobra, which pushes my discs back into place. Thank you for that. So I don't really stretch. I don't really do that anymore because I find it painful. Alicia asks me, what was my favorite live musical experience? Oh my God. There's a lot of favorite musical experiences in my lifetime. And I'll start to let you know that it started when I was a little bitty kid in the 60s when my mom brought home Beatles and Led Zeppelin albums. But when I went off to college and started going to concerts, 1980, there was John Prine, which was amazing. And it's really hard to narrow this. I'm going to tell you the people I've seen that meant a lot to me throughout my lifetime. James Taylor, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Neil Young, Tony Rice, Bruce Cockburn, 3 times I saw him. The Wood Brothers, many times. Pat Metheny, I've seen many times. Amazing jazz musician. Chris Thile, Edgar Meyer, Medeski Martin Wood, Christian McBride, a world-class bassist. I'm trying to read my notes here. Gillian Welch, Dave Rawlings, Bruce Hornsby. I've seen so many incredible people. Oh, there's more over here. Oh, Trey Anastasio Band. I've seen him twice. Trey and his group are crazy good. David Grisman Quintet on Browns Island a few years ago. Phenomenal musicians, so good. So thanks for asking. It's hard to narrow that one down. Question 3, Billy. Billy asks me, can I get you in a leg lock soon? Yes, you can. No, he asked me the first Dead show, the last Dead show, and my favorite. Billy, I saw the Dead in 1982 in Charlottesville. They were amazing. Because my college roommate got me tickets. He was a Deadhead who had stacks and stacks of cases of Dead shows, and that's all he listened to for several years that we lived together. But he bought me a ticket and took me to see the Dead. And I was like, yeah, that kind of changes my outlook on things in a lot of ways. So I skipped a few years of seeing the Dead. I had to raise some kids. I got married, raised some kids. And then we caught up again, but after Jerry had passed. Jerry Garcia died on the day that my 3rd daughter was born, August 9, 1995. I'll never forget it. In the past few years, I've seen Dead and Company several times, and they're phenomenal. I love John Mayer. He's a classy guy. Number 4, question 4. Allie wants to know what got me into judo, what got me into transitioning to BJJ. Do I remember Amy Dumont? All right, let me take one of those individually. What got me into grappling was Royce Gracie, 1995, when I watched the first UFC. It's like, oh my God, this little guy is just messing people up and giving them a bad day. And he changed my, I was like, I got to try that. So in 1995 in Richmond, Virginia, the closest thing I found was VCU Judo. I went there and I trained a lot. I learned some stand-up. The great thing about the class was it was taught by a wrestling coach, Dave Wooten from, what's the school in Hanover? Oh, you guys have the tournaments there. I can't think of the name, but half of the class was on the ground, thank God. So that's what stuck with me. Ali wants to know how to transition, I forget where it's at, to BJJ. I credit that with Andrew, who saw the transition as necessary, because as we get older, we can't be thrown on the ground and destroy our backs forever. So Andrew went off and did some BJJ and brought it back to VCU with us. And I went, yeah, Andrew, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to go the way you're going. It was a good thing. Do I remember Amy Dumont? Of course I do, because Amy was a female badass. She came in and she had her goals. She wanted to be a professional wrestler, and she worked with us and came in there and she wanted to learn what she needed to learn to go and progress. She had her goals. She always was intense and wanted to learn what she needed to learn. She was never afraid. She was so brave. And I just remember her being, just always had a smile on her face. And she's like, I'm gonna learn what I need to know, and I'm gonna take whatever you guys give me, I'm gonna apply it to the rest of my life. She was amazing. And I know she went on to great things. I hope she's doing well today. It's been a long time since I've seen her. This was probably 23 or 4 years ago. I hope she's doing well. Question 5. Mark. Hi, Mark. My game, my 50s compared to 20 years ago. Well, at VCU, I met up with this young dude named Kevin Lee. And even after, we would train on Sundays in judo, and we would do, the first half of the class was standing, the next half was on the ground. Kevin and I would stick around for an hour after that. I was 35 when I started doing judo and started grappling. And Kevin Lee and I, we would roll for an hour afterward. And I had that endurance and that drive because I was 35. When you're in your 30s, hey, when you're in your 30s, you're still doing pretty good. I remember one time he got a hold of he got a toe hold on me and snapped my ankle. And I'll never forget that, hearing that snap. I guess I didn't tap fast enough, but he got that on me. But, you know, as you age and you get older and you realize my body can't do this, because I didn't get sore until I was in my 40s. Then in my 50s, I definitely get sore. So I had to really slow down. Not only that, when you're in your 50s, the guys that are 20s, even 19, 18, 19, 20, and 20s and 30s, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're quicker, and in all the equations of jiu-jitsu and fitness, I am clearly outmatched most of the time. So defense is my thing now. I just want to hang. I want to hang with people and have fun and stay in shape. That's all. I just want to hang. Thanks, Mark. Andrew asks, have I applied lessons from work? applied lessons from work to BJJ or vice versa. Andrew, they kind of go hand in hand. In the work that I do, pardon me, enjoying rosé right now. In the work that I do, I work with people. I'm a social worker, and I work with troubled people, people in addiction, people in addiction. So there's some crossover. I work with people that have, lately, in the past 5 years, I worked with angry, violent people, angry and violent in the home with each other. And I've learned a lot about myself with that because I had to teach anger management. I've learned a lot about myself with anger management, but you know, as a man gets older, its anger subsides. So, but anger is all about thinking, because thoughts drive behavior, thinking drives behavior. So I try to teach people in anger management class or even individual work with people that if you change your thinking, you can change your feelings and you won't be so angry. I tell you what, when you do BJJ, you can't let anger get in that game, because if you do, you'll lose your head and it's just not good. I mean, people will not want to roll with you if you get angry about stuff. So you got to roll with the punches and change your thinking and go, if a white belt taps you, hey, man, you got me. What can I learn from that? Because we all learn from everybody. That's the way it is. So I hope that answers your question, Andrew. Thanks. That's a good question. Oh my gosh, who asked me this one? I don't know. My 3 favorite Beatles songs. I don't write down who asked me that. Allie, did you ask me that? Maybe you did. Okay. Well, I have to tell you that the Beatles have been part of my life forever, because when I was a little bitty kid, my mom brought home an album called, oh gosh, she brought home Led Zeppelin, Beatles, everything under the sun, and it opened my eyes. So I guess I can tell you my 3 favorite Beatles songs are Here Comes the Sun, Blackbird, and the third is going to be a tie between Dear Prudence or Michelle or Mother Nature's Son. But you can't really name, this is really hard to narrow, because you can't name a Beatles song that I won't be able to place where I was, what was going on in my life, and my thinking and my feelings when I heard that song, because it's with me today. They're so special to me. Even when my youngest daughter was moving away 2 years ago, she moved far away. She's in Arkansas now. And I downloaded the song, my Beatles playlist is like 75 songs. I'm going to look for it just for a second here. Here it is. Give this a listen. When I heard this, when I thought of my daughter.
Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock as the day begins, silently closing her bedroom door, leaving the note
Then she would say more.
She goes downstairs to the kitchen, clutching her.
Okay. Gotta stop there. So every Beatles song has very special meaning to me. Let's see. I know there's more questions. Let's see here. Who am I guess this is from Allie. Thanks, Allie, for these good questions. Next one is, who are my BJJ inspirations? All right, this is easy. In 1995, when I saw Royce Gracie kicking butt in UFC, I went, that's what I want to do. So to look for somewhere to practice this art, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art, was hard. But I found, because I had done, up to that, I had done Taekwondo, and I was kicking and punching and striking, and I was like, I am long, and my legs are long. It's really going to be hard for me to get my foot up to somebody's face, because it's just the speed is, I didn't have it. So I went to VCU, the judo club, and everyone I saw and trained with was my influence. Andrew, Jake, Jared, everyone that came, Trey and visited, Trey, Ernesto, Alvaro, everybody, Dave Womack, and Seth. And then after that, everybody I've trained with has been a big influence in my life. Everybody I trained with, you're all very special to me. You all give me something. And whether your pace is like mine and we're just rolling and we're trying to have a good time until we catch somebody with something, or if you come at me really hard and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta step it up. I'm grateful for all of you because you all are trying to show me something and make me better. And I appreciate everybody. It's been 16 minutes. I don't know what else I can add, but I want to say cheers to everybody. I'm gonna play a little more music because it's still early for me because I'm a night owl. I was born February 24, a Wednesday, 1962 at 2:30 a.m. So I'm a night owl, and this is just my circadian rhythm. I appreciate everybody. Everybody take care. I miss you all so much. I miss 3 things in my life. I miss rolling with everybody. I miss the musical people that I play with, and I miss my family because of this isolation. So it's hard for me, but thank you guys for reaching out and keeping me connected with everybody. Love you. Bye-bye.